Hello, everyone. I'm Gus Gonzalez, a solution architect and Microsoft MVP at Elevate Solutions. Today, I wanted to show you the new way to deploy the voice of the customer functionality into your Dynamics 365 customer engagement trial or active solution. Prior to the version 9 of Dynamics 365, we deployed the solution from the solutions area within your Dynamics 365 administration portal inside of the Office 365 admin portal. So I'm going to navigate there and show you exactly where that is located. Okay, so I'm going to go to the administration section, and then we're going to open admin centers and click on Dynamics 365. Now, once this loads, we will go into solutions. Okay. And you will notice that in this instance, I already tried to deploy the voice of the customer before and the installation failed. So you can see right there it says installation failed. And obviously you can click on install again, but the installation is not going to work. And there's really not a whole lot of details on the error that you get. It says solution installation failed. Please try again later. And you would think that, well, maybe there's a problem with the Azure connection, since Voice of the Customer relies on Azure functionality to host the surveys and capture the survey responses. But even when you try later, nothing really works. So one thing that I noticed is that for version 9, they decided to change the way we deploy Voice of the Customer. They have added a new tab called Applications. You can see it up here. So now, instead of going into Solutions, you will go to Applications, and you will see Voice of the Customer listed there, and it says Not Configured. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and click on Manage. And I'm going to accept the permissions there. And all you have to do is accept the Dynamics 365 software license terms. Obviously, you have to select the right instance, which in my case is Elevate Solutions. And then I'm going to click on Install. Now, one thing that you will notice when this happens is that you might get an error that says the installation failed before. But that error is referring to the time where you try to install it through the solutions, the way I did it, before on this particular trial. So ignore that error. Nothing's really going to happen. You don't have to install it again. You can see the error here. The previous attempt to install the solution has failed. The solution installation has triggered successfully. If the installation continues to fail, please contact support. So just ignore that. I noticed that, when I dropped in here or when I landed in here, you can essentially redo it. You can select this, click accept, and do it again, but you don't have to do it. Just ignore it. So I'm going to close this up. And if you want, you can go back to instances and click on solutions just like you used to do before. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. And one of the things you will notice when the solution opens up is that now the voice of the customer says that it's installing. Now, obviously, we can wait here for a while until it's done installing, but I figure we'll just take a break right now, take a little pause, and we'll be back when it's done installing. Okay, so we waited about 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and hit refresh and see if our installation has completed. Okay, let's go here to page number 2. Perfect. So you can see that our Voice of the Customer solution version 9.0 has been installed. So let's go ahead and confirm that that functionality is available now in our Dynamics 365 customer engagement instance. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to, well, before I refresh, I just wanted to show you that it doesn't show up on the sitemap. So let's go ahead and hit refresh now. Just going to navigate back into the same URL. One of the things that I noticed is that you no longer have to accept the terms and conditions because you already accepted at the point where you're adding the application. So as soon as the application is installed, it's ready to go. It's ready to be used. Whereas before we had to go into solutions, open up the voice of the customer solution, accept the terms and condition, and sort of wait for that communication to Azure to complete and set up the site where the surveys are going to be installed. That's no longer the case. As soon as the installation is installed, it's ready to go. You can go directly into surveys and start working with the voice of the customer functionality. So let's open sales right here, and you can see the voice of the customer has been added. All of the functionality is ready to go, as I mentioned. If you go into settings, you can see the voice of the customer section has been added to settings. If I go and open settings, you will notice that the settings are already configured, something that you don't see unless you accept the terms and conditions on the old version of voice of the customer. You can see all the email snippets and NPS templates and all of the rating templates and the information essentially that is hosted in Azure. So as I mentioned, just go to voice of the customer, click on surveys, and start working with voice of the customer. So once again, rather than going into your instances and going into the solutions section, now we go into the applications tab and we add it through there. And the good news is that once it's installed, it's ready to go. If you have any questions about this functionality, please let us know at info@elevatesolutions.com. Thanks for watching.